Okay, welcome everybody to this Saturday training. I'm Roger Broberg, and I'm super excited today to welcome everybody and to host this meeting along with Alec Montgomery. So we have a special guest this morning. I'd like to introduce him.
Did you get it?
He's not only a friend, but he is a amazing leader. He's got great vision for this company. I'd like to introduce Ryan Montgomery, the CEO of Relive.
Come on, get back in.
Hang on just a second, Ryan. Let me see if I can mute everybody that hasn't muted.
Does Ryan know to push star 6 to unmute?
Say that again, Jen.
I said, does Ryan know to push star 6 to unmute?
He's on video, so he should
I'm
be.
here, Roger, if you can hear me okay.
Yeah, I can hear you good, Ryan. Thank you.
Okay.
Okay, go ahead, Ryan.
Well, okay. Good morning to everybody. It's fun to be on with you this morning. And, I just first want to just say thanks to you, Roger, for putting this together and inviting me to be a part of this. I tell you what, I've had a lot of fun over the last month and a half doing lots of these Zoom meetings and across the country, but across the world as well. I've done a few in Europe as well. So it's really interesting. It's really fun to be a part of a lot of different activity across the country. And this is just another example of that. A great group that's joined you this morning from East Coast to West Coast. And it's neat what's going on in Relive right now as far as a lot of the new skills that are being learned, a lot of activity that is going on Saturday mornings these days, more so than was going on 2 months ago. And I love it. I love seeing all the faces. I love seeing all the activity that's going on. And yes, we are all in the same situation with a lot of challenge in the world and in this country. But I'm grateful for Relive and the community that we have, the ability that we have to still communicate, and actually not just communicate, but really thrive during this time, because what's going on in Relive over the last month and a half has been very exciting as far as from our standpoint, as far as our business, your organizations and your businesses as well, getting these products out to more and more people. There's more people coming into Relive today than ever. The sponsoring is up, first and foremost, with new customers and preferred customers, but also new distributors and new master affiliates as well. So there's a lot of activity that's going on in Relive, even though there's a lot of uncertainty and a lot of fear and anxiety that's going on in the world, which I don't like that. I really don't. But I do feel good that Relive is one of these companies that is going to make a difference. And I also feel that during this time that we all have a choice. And that choice is to either we grow as an individual, we grow as an organization, or we grow as a company, or we freeze or we stand still and we just wait to see what happens next. But what I love about what's going on in Relive and what you're doing, Roger, and this whole organization is that we're all learning new skills and we're learning ways to grow and to become better. And I think that what that means is we're going to be better when this all settles, when the dust settles and when life gets back to normal, which it will. I know it will. And I'm hoping it's in the next days and few weeks, maybe. But Relive as a whole is going to be a better company because of what we've gone through together and the relationships and the bonding that we've had over the last month and a half. So I'm excited about what we're doing in Relive. We have announced a new product that just came out a week ago called Defense. And I'm sure many of you have seen the video that we put out there that gives some information on the product. But this was really one of the records in Relive as far as going from a concept, and it was actually a product concept that Dr. Carl Hastings did put together a year and a half ago or 2 years ago. something that he was thinking about as far as a product for Relive. And at the time, for whatever the reasons, we were doing other product development. But what happened is about a month ago, we looked at that file again and we said, you know what, this is a time where we can get this product out there. It's needed. It's going to be helpful for people. It's going to help people build their immune systems, strengthen their immune systems, help people with prevention if we can. And so we went from product development and to trying to figure out, you know, the label, the name, getting it produced, and then getting it tested. And now, you know, within a month, we've had it out there into the field. So I'm proud of the group. And I think it's an example of how we're still able to operate at the office and with manufacturing. We haven't missed a step. Yes, our employees are working from home, me included. I'm working out of my home office. So is a lot of the operations and sales and marketing people. Our production and manufacturing still is going forward each and every day with what they do. And so this has been an example of us being able to be productive, and not just productive, more efficient than ever, to get a product out into the field in a matter of 4 to 5 weeks. So I'm excited about that. And I am excited about the industries that we are a part of. For 32 years, we've changed people's lives with our products. And we've been, you know, the tip of our spear has been core nutrition. And for some people that's classic. And for some people that's the now product or the now for kids. And that's been who we are for all these years. But I tell you what, now more than ever, our product line is more relevant and more needed than any other time. And I'm always very careful. We're not saying ever that Relive products are going to cure or mitigate or prevent anything. But what we've always believed in, and Dr. Carl believed this, and Dr. Ted Kalogris believed this, is that if you can give your body the highest quality nutrition in a balanced form, then you're going to give your body the best chance at staying well and staying healthy and hopefully preventing anything going wrong with your health. So I just feel like with our industry that we're a part of, with wellness, but we're also a work from home opportunity where people don't have to go into the offices. They don't have to go into the retail establishments. They can do their business from home. And there's been no better time ever than to work for yourself from home than right now. And I think that these trends that I'm referring to with our industries, both wellness and direct selling, I believe these trends are just going to continue to grow. I don't think that these are a situation where it's going to be trendy for a couple of months. I think mindsets have evolved. I think mindsets have changed. I think people's awareness of health and nutrition has elevated. And I also think people are looking for an opportunity to make some part-time income or perhaps even full-time income from the safety of their home, and using the technology that we're using today to be able to communicate like we're doing today and to do trainings. It just puts us in such a great position as a company, and it puts you all in a great position as independent business owners in Relive. So, you know, my final bit of advice for all of you is now is a time from what I see in the industry and what's going on. Now is a time to keep things very, very simple with your messaging, with your training, with how we're getting people involved and how we're getting people to, you know, get involved with Relive, whether it's a customer or whether it's as a distributor. Keeping it simple for people to where they don't have to learn so many, you know, different levels of information. I think keeping it simple is more important than ever. And I think, Roger, I'm happy to take any questions from you, but I'm privileged to be on with you this morning just to share a few of my thoughts. And I love doing these Zoom meetings, and I love being a part of what you're doing, and I look forward to doing more of it.
Well, Ryan, we just really appreciate your time. I know you've got an appointment you've got to get to, and we just appreciate your leadership and your vision for the company. And we're behind you all the way, and we're out working hard and building this thing and doing it.
Well, we've been modernizing Relive for the last, I want to say 3, 4, 5 years, where we're looking at our websites. We're looking at personal websites. We're looking at the mobile application that we have. All of these things to make business and ordering our product easier than ever, and doing that by modernizing the tools that we have. And so little did we know that all the work that we've done over the last 3 or 4 years to modernize this company has now really paid off for all of you and for the company as well. So we're really in a great position. And I wish the best for everybody. I hope everybody is staying safe. Everybody is doing all the things, all the guidelines that they give us. I do believe we'll get through this, and we'll get through it together. And Relive will be stronger because of the experiences that we're going through together. So thank you, Roger.
Awesome. Thank you again, Ryan. And we'll see you in St. Louis.
Okay.
Okay, you guys, now I'm going to see if I can figure out how to get this off of video so that we can go to the training. I have no clue how to do that. Alec, if you can come on and tell me what you're seeing.
I can see your screen. Can you make it bigger? Perfect.
Like that?
Perfect.
How's that?
Perfect. Perfect. Good. Okay. Well, let's get started. Roger, thanks for having me on today. This is awesome. I've had my coffee. I've had my Relive shake. I'm amped up. I'm ready to go. For those of you who don't know me, my name is Alec Montgomery. My uncle is Ryan, and my dad is Scott. And my Relive story really goes back over 24 years ago when my mom was pregnant with me. She was on 3 scoops of Now a day instead of other prenatal vitamins. Growing up, I was always on Kids Now, the chocolate, Energize. Progressing forward to high school, once I started sports, basketball, football, weight training, my dad introduced me to Provantage, the regular Now. Moving on, I ended up going to Mizzou. I graduated in 2018. I got a major in marketing, a minor in wellness and nutrition. And throughout high school and college, my 4 main products were Kids Now, Energize, and Provantage. And I ended up graduating, and my dad kind of sparked my interest in CBD. And I ended up taking a couple online classes. I took a business builder on CBD, things like that. Last March, I ended up, next slide, please, Roger. I am on the right in that picture. Last March, I ended up going to a CBD conference in Indianapolis. And that was a 3-day weekend. There was workshops, trainings, expos, conferences, things like that. I got to hear guest speakers, pioneers in the CBD industry from California. I got to hear doctors from New York, and just a wide variety of guest speakers. And that's really where all my CBD knowledge came from. And during that conference or convention, that's when I got my my certificate to be a certified CBD coach. And like I said, that's really where my CBD knowledge came from. And it's pretty interesting. It's exciting, and I like to talk about it. SS Biotech, that is our manufacturer down in Dallas for all our CBD products. And I'll talk about that a little bit later. Next slide, Roger. Okay, the cannabis family. We are gonna start slow. We're gonna dip our toes in the water, feel it out, and then we're gonna jump in. Roger, I'm excited. If I'm talking too fast, let me know. Okay, so the cannabis family is composed of 2 plants, and we cannot get these confused. This is very important. One is marijuana, one is hemp. Marijuana is illegal, hemp is legal in all 50 states. What's the main difference? Well, hemp is more high in CBD, low in THC. THC is that psychoactive compound that gives you that high feeling. So that's why we use the hemp plant for our products. Next slide, please, Roger. Okay, what is CBD? Well, it stands for cannabidiol. And cannabidiol is a cannabinoid in the hemp plant. Well, what is a cannabinoid? A cannabinoid are the compounds that make up the cannabis plants. And in the cannabis plants, there are over 100 different cannabinoids. The well-known ones that we know are CBD and THC. And what does CBD do? Well, it has a lot of therapeutic uses, stress relief, anti-inflammatory, it promotes healthy skin, helps with anxiety, immune support, digestive health, heart health, things like that, etc. Next slide, please, Roger. Okay, that was the basic part. We got our toes in the water. The water feels good. We're going to jump in. This is more of the complicated side. It's a little scientific, but bear with me. If you're on the phone, you can't see the slides, but just bear with me. So, what does CBD do and how does it work? Well, after consumption, it stimulates your endocannabinoid system. Well, what is that? And the best way to explain it, the most simple version, the endocannabinoid system is an internal regulatory system that promotes homeostasis. And this system is everywhere in your body. It's in your brain, it's in your bones, it's in your skin, it's everywhere. And it promotes homeostasis. Well, what is homeostasis? Homeostasis is the body's natural state of mind, pain-free, no anxiety, no stress. The body's natural state of mind. That's what CBD does. It affects the endocannabinoid system and promotes homeostasis. This system helps the body heal and recover from injury, disease, infection, etc. It is basically a checks and balance system for our biological functions, immune system, pain, memory, things like that. And it promotes homeostasis, natural state of mind. Even more in depth, in the endocannabinoid system, we have cannabinoid receptors, and the main two are CB1 and CB2. And with the presence of cannabinoids, the endocannabinoid system, it activates these receptors. And when the receptors get activated, it sends a signal to the brain, sends a signal back, promoting homeostasis. Okay, next slide. Okay, now, how do I take CBD? There are multiple delivery methods for our RLV products. I'm just going to talk about the tincture bottle and the topical. The tincture bottle is sublingual, and it is made to go under the tongue, and that is it. And this goes across for all CBD products. They are made specifically for one delivery method. So the tincture bottle, it goes under your tongue, hold it for a minute, it gets absorbed under your tongue, and it crosses through the blood-brain barrier into the bloodstream, into the endocannabinoid system. The topical works in a similar way. It is specifically for skin. So you rub it on, say your elbow hurts, you rub it on there, it's gonna absorb through the skin, go into the bloodstream and endocannabinoid system, activating those receptors. So a question that I got, can I use the tincture bottle on my skin, or can I use the tincture bottle in my shake? Well, yeah, you can, but it's not gonna do anything. The tincture bottle is made to be sublingual only. And that's where the absorption happens. If you put it in your shake, it's going to go through the digestive tract. The absorption rate is going to be a percentage of what it is compared to sublingual under the tongue. Same thing with the balm. It's only made for skin. And the best kind of analogy I can come up with to make things perfectly clear is tobacco. You have cigarettes and chewing tobacco. Cigarettes are for smoking. You don't want to chew them. Chewing tobacco is for chewing. You don't want to smoke it. And that carries over to CBD products. They're designed for one delivery method. That's it, not multiple delivery methods. Okay, next slide, please, Roger. Okay, This is cool. So over a year ago, we started with 1 CBD product. Now we're up to 6, which is awesome. And our products are a 500 full spectrum, a 500 isolate, a 750 full spectrum, a 750 isolate, 1,000 milligram balm, and then we have our sleep formula. Our sleep formula is a full spectrum hemp and melatonin with L-tryptophan. And it's the sleep formula with those 3 key ingredients, the L-tryptophan, the melatonin, and the hemp. And it's a power trio for sleep, and it works. Back to SS Biotech. Our hemp is grown organically in Colorado, shipped down to Dallas, SS Biotech. Down there, our products are extracted, tested, manufactured, labeled, bottled, shipped, everything down in Dallas. Another question I got is, how do I get a plant and how do I get it into here? Well, there's multiple different ways to extract cannabinoids and other compounds that are in the plant. The extraction method that SS Biotech uses is called winterization. And what that means is it's extracted with alcohol, specifically ethanol, and cold temperatures below -100 degrees. And what happens with the alcohol and the cold temperature, the cannabinoids, the flavonoids, the terpenes, the plant matter all get separated. And when it gets separated, we can put it back together how we want it. And that's how we get the full spectrum or the isolate. Next slide, please, Roger. Okay, full spectrum versus isolate. They are similar, but they are different. Going back to the extraction process, when we extract, all the cannabinoids are separated. For our isolate, we specifically take out the CBD, and that is in our isolate. And that is the only cannabinoid in our isolate is the CBD. That is it. Our full spectrum, when we go through our extraction process, we take the CBD, but we also take other cannabinoids that come from the plant. And if you go online, some of the ingredient labels show, can you go back, Roger? So if you go online on Relive and you look up some of the ingredients, there are other cannabinoids in our products, our full spectrum products. And some examples are CBC, that has linked to multiple different health benefits. CBG is antibacterial, CBGA, CBCA. Those are the acid version of that specific cannabinoid. CBN's associated with sleep. A term associated with the full spectrum products is known as the entourage effect. And what that means is that cannabinoids work better together as a team than if they were separate. And I'm not saying full spectrum is better than the isolate. There's just different products for different reasons. Okay, next slide. Okay, my advice and experience with CBD, if you are new to CBD, never tried it before, looking into it, I would start with an RLV, either full spectrum or isolate 500 milligrams. You want to start low and slowly work your way up. I would recommend definitely start with 1/4 of a milliliter of the tincture bottle. The tincture is 1 milliliter. Start with 1/4 and work your way up. Wait an hour, 30 minutes, see how you feel. If you need to add more, add more. And it's kind of a trial and error. You got to find your sweet spot. There's a term called genetic polymorphism. And what that means is everybody's different. Everybody reacts differently to different drugs, ingredients, compounds, things like that. So you and your neighbor take the same amount of CBD, you're probably going to react differently. Find your sweet spot. And when you're looking for your sweet spot, it's not going to happen overnight. It might take a week or two to find what works best for you and your body. And okay. So I know I dropped a lot of information on you guys, but these are some key points to take away. Hemp is different than the marijuana plant. Completely different. Remember, they're in the same family. They're not brother, sister. They're more like cousins. CBD promotes homeostasis. Homeostasis is the body's natural state of mind, natural state of well-being, anxiety-free, stress-free, etc. Do not mix CBD with prescription drugs without talking with your doctor or medical professional. I'm not a doctor, I'm a CBD coach. I don't know your medical history, I don't know your medical conditions. Talk with your doctor before trying any CBD products. If you're not on any prescription drugs, I'd say you have the green light to trial and error and find your sweet spot with CBD. My sweet spot, and it took a couple weeks to find. I find that a fourth a milliliter in the morning works best for me. It won't make me drowsy. Oh, and when you're finding your sweet spot and you take a little too much and you get a little drowsy, you took too much, you're gonna wanna bring it back down. And so I found my sweet spot. I'm 200 pounds, I'm 6'2", I'm a big guy. I don't really do the 500 milligrams, I do the 750. So I do the 750 full spectrum, a fourth a milligram, or a fourth a milliliter in the morning. And at night, what I found that works best for me, the 750 full spectrum, full milliliter knocks me out. Same thing with the sleep formula. I'll do a full milliliter and it knocks me out. I sleep great. So find your sweet spot. It's going to take a while, but once you find it, it'll be great. Also, like I said, I dropped a lot of information on you guys, but you don't have to be an expert to sell or promote CBD. If you're taking CBD and it works for you, you have a good story on how it affects you in your life, that's your selling point. You don't need to know all the scientific background, all the ingredients, what they do. You have a story, that's your selling point. Okay, next slide. Okay, these are some of the questions that I've kind of been asked over the past 2 weeks. Is CBD legal? Yes, it's legal in all 50 states. Can you overdose on CBD? No. Let's go back to the cannabinoid receptors, CB1 and CB2. These receptors are everywhere in the body, but they are not on the brainstem. The brainstem controls basic bodily functions, breathing, swallowing, heart rate, etc. Cannabinoid receptors are not on the brainstem. What is on the brainstem are opioid receptors, and that's how you can overdose on opioids. You take too much, it stimulates your brainstem, you basically stop breathing. That's how you overdose. With CBD, the cannabinoid receptors are not on the brainstem, so you will not overdose on CBD. Okay, does taking CBD with melatonin affect natural production of melatonin? No. I did a lot of research on this. I read multiple articles across multiple websites, and I did not find anything that suggests that taking supplemental melatonin affects natural production of melatonin. So no. Next question, why get CBD certified or why become a CBD coach? What can you do with it? Well, you can do a couple things with it. For me, it gives me a level of credibility. Like I said, I took multiple classes, workshops, trainings, expos, things like that. And it gives me a level of credibility, which is why I'm here today. And what can you do as a CBD coach? This is not something I do or practice, but it's kind of similar to, say, a health coach. You can build a client base, and you're basically there to coach them through their CBD journey with dosing, information, references. You're there for support. And like I said, I don't do that, but you can make a business out of that if you wanted to. Can I mix CBD with other prescription medications? I would not do that without talking to your doctor or medical professional. Don't mix CBD with prescription medications without talking to your doctor first. Will RLV products show up on a drug test? They should not show up on a drug test. Our full spectrum products, yes, they have low levels of THC, but it's low levels of less than 0.03, meaning that should not show up on a drug test. All drug tests are different. It should not show up. CBD should not show up. Okay, next slide. Roger, should we open it up to questions, or do you have any questions for me?
I do have one question that I was thinking of as you were talking, Alec.
Okay.
And I've been asked this by customers when they're debating which CBD product to purchase. Is there some kind of guidelines, or does the isolate work better for some things and the full spectrum work better for others? And I don't know, maybe I'm putting you on the spot on this question, but it's just one that came to my mind.
Right. And it's mainly consumer choice. You know, if you're worried about drug test, in theory, no, our full spectrum is not going to show up on a drug test, but, you know, drug tests are different. If you're worried about a drug test, maybe do the isolate. The isolate has more CBD. It's, you might need lower doses of it because it's pure CBD. There's no other cannabinoid in there. Does that kind of answer your question? If you're looking to start, I would start with the full spectrum. It has an entourage effect. It activates more receptors.
Okay.
Did I answer that right? Or how do you ask me?
I think that did. So there was one other thing that I was going to have you address, and that is with our RLV products, they all have a certificate of analysis.
Yes.
Could you address why that is important?
Yes,
I missed that. Why that sets us apart?
Right, I did miss that. So back to our CBD products, we have 6 products, and they all have their own specific COA, certificate of analysis. What does that mean? That means we had a third party come in, test each product to make sure what's on the label is exactly what is in our bottles. So the labels match up with what is actually inside. For SS Biotech, they do their own testing too. On average, they test each batch 7 times. So on average, between SS Biotech and the third-party testing, our products have been tested on average of 8 times. So that's where the certificate of analysis comes in from the third party, and that gives us a level of credibility. Not all CBD products have a certificate of analysis.
Okay, awesome. The other thing that I did notice that maybe people aren't aware is on the newer bottles that are coming out of the RLV products, they have a QR code that you can either take a picture with your smartphone, or you can scan it with a QR reader that you can download for free to your iPhone or your Android or whatever. And it'll automatically bring up that certificate of analysis, and it tells specifically what is in that. It's by a third party. It tells, you know, the amount of CBD. It tells the purity of it. It tells whether it has, you know, mold or, you know, other stuff in it, which ours don't. But I mean, it's just nice to be able to show that to people, or to at least have that for right. Your own.
Yeah, all our COAs are online on the Rio website. A couple other things I want to add while we're on CBD. CBD is not addictive. Melatonin is not addictive. I am 24. I'm pretty healthy. I don't have stress. I don't have anxiety. I don't have any medical conditions. I take CBD like I do Rio products. I take it for prevention and maintenance, basically. Another question, can you take CBD while pregnant? That is, you know, CBD is new to the market. It's a newer thing. There's not a lot of research done between pregnancies and CBD. Right now, the FDA advises not to take CBD while pregnant, but that's also something you can discuss with your doctor. I think that's all I have. We got any other questions?
I just had one question come in, and the question was, some people don't feel anything right off, and I think you kind of addressed this. You know, like for me with the balm, I felt immediately the pain relief on my foot when I put it on my balm. on my foot. But some people it takes a few times or whatever, and I think you kind of addressed that with everybody's bodies are different. But can you address that a little more?
Yeah. Like I said, genetic polymorphism. Everybody's different. Everybody reacts differently. If you say you have a lot of stress and you're taking our RLV products and you're not getting any results, Maybe you're on the 500, try the 750. If you're taking a half a milliliter, take a full. You really got to find your sweet spot is, you know, kind of what I was saying. With your sweet spot, you got to find it. Once you find it, you're going to be set. And it doesn't happen overnight. It could take a couple of weeks. You got to mess with your dosage, trial and error, figure out what works best for you and your body.
Okay. Just had another question come in that I think is a really good question. Is there an age limit on when you can start taking the CBD products? Are they safe for children?
That is a great question, and I don't want to give any false information. I would say to talk to a doctor. Like I said, I'm not a doctor. Personally, I would say that is completely safe, completely fine, but I am not 100% sure on that.
Okay, and I do know that with SS Biotech that that they said that they will not produce anything that cannot be put in or on their children. And so just from that, I mean, from what Steve Reed was saying, I think that that's a pretty good indication that these products are safe. Yvette Dickey asked, are some people's receptors asleep as far as the cannabinoids?
I wouldn't say they're asleep. They just haven't been activated. Our bodies naturally produce endocannabinoids. So our endocannabinoid system is always going, always getting, receptors are always getting activated by our endocannabinoids. But with photocannabinoids, which is what we have, meaning they come from plants, they come in and they activate those receptors. So maybe they're not on. So they're not asleep, they're just not on. And the presence of cannabinoids will activate those receptors.
Okay. Last question. The question was asked, if you're applying CBD balm to the skin and to maybe a cut or a wound, is it best to apply when the skin is dry or when it's like wet, like with the stuff you're cleaning the cut out with?
Yeah, so cuts, scrapes, acne, poison ivy, things like that, use the balm around it, not on top of it. Use it on top once it heals and you can go across the surface. But when there's, you know, flesh wounds, open wounds, go around them, and the CBD will help that heal. Don't put it on it, put it around it.
Okay. All right. With the melatonin product, is it tough to wake up in the morning after you've had it?
Right. No, I have absolutely no problems waking up. Our sleep formula makes me fall asleep quicker. I stay asleep and I wake up alert. I don't wake up in the middle of the night tossing and turning. I sleep great. Wake up not tired or anything.
Awesome.
No drowsiness.
Alec, you have been so great. We really appreciate your knowledge and everything that you've shared with us. And before I let you go, did you share about your results with all of the rest of the Relive products?
Yeah. So kind of like I said earlier, I take products for maintenance, for prevention. I don't have any medical conditions right now. I take everything for maintenance. And like I said, I've been on them since before I was born. So I really don't have much, experience to go. I've always been on the products. That's all I know.
That's awesome. That's awesome that you're healthy and, a good example of prevention that you've been on them, since before you were born and that you have nothing going on. So that's awesome. Thank you so much.
Roger, thanks for having me. This was awesome. I had a great time. It was exciting. I love sharing about CBD. I think the topic's awesome, and it's just fun to talk about.
Absolutely. So just in the next few minutes, we're going to cover some basic training. Of course, Relive has many amazing products, and we've got the product wheel that you can kind of go to and check it out. You'll notice that the immune support is kind of a new category, and We'll kind of get to that here in a minute. We've got your core nutrition that heals the body at an epigenetic level. It gives the body the right fuel to have it heal. It's a balanced nutrition patented as a whole food. We've got targeted solutions. You can see them there. And of course, if someone else has got you on the call and you have questions, get back with your upline or a sideline and they can explain a little bit more about that. The new product.
Can I ask Alec a quick question?
Yeah.
You didn't talk much about pain relief or about like, you know, muscle or pain relief. You know, that's one of the things that I've researched CBD for, and that's my biggest interest right now is for like muscle and pain relief. I've been injured my body a few times and I'm only 56 years old, and you know, muscle and pain relief. I tore a hamstring. I broke my hip joint. So my body's had some owies from healing, and I've heard some great results from CBDs. I've tried a few, and that's why now I'm doing the Relive Now. So I'm really interested. Now I've got, you know, this product I can get. So I really want to get into that CBD stuff. And I understand what you said about, you know, using it for our different bodies, but I didn't hear you talk much about pain relief and muscle stuff.
Right, right. And like I said, CBD has so many therapeutic uses. I apologize, I left that out. Yes, pain relief is a major benefit from CBD. Whether if you have elbow discomfort, put the balm on, or maybe you have some other kind of pain, maybe depression, that's a kind of pain, the CBD will help that.
Yeah, I started with the full spectrum, and I'm going to get the ointment. I was telling Joanne that I'm going to try that, the cream, and try that on my areas that are targeted specifically for the owie areas.
I'm confident you're going to get the results you're looking for.
That was very good. Yeah, yeah. Okay. I'll let you know how it works.
Awesome. Please do.
Okay. So just to continue on with the new defense product, it has 4 different ingredients that helps with building your immune system and supporting your immune system. And you guys go to the benefit sheet on relive.com and you can read about the individual things. I'm just super excited about this, especially with the with everything that's going on in the world right now. So let's get to the basic training. How do we spread this to people? How do we tell people about it? We have some fundamental steps that we can do. We call it the circle of success. You need to be talking to new people daily. They're the ones that fuel your business. You want to take action now. And we're going to go through these fundamentals just real quick. You want to identify people that you want to talk to, people that don't know about Relive. Don't prejudge people. If you start saying, oh, they're too sick, or they're too healthy, or they're too poor, or they're too rich, you're going to eliminate everybody that you could talk to, and you never know what's going on. You never know what's going on in people's lives. So make sure to just put those people down, think about those people, pray about them even, and if they come to your mind, there's a reason that they did. You want to connect up with those people and talk with them. Maybe talk this over with your upline and see how the best way is to approach these people. I've been doing this with Jennifer, and it has worked amazingly. So talk with your upline or your sideline or whoever, and just bounce ideas off of each other so that you can start to connect to these people. Your goal here is to set an appointment and be able to tell them the whole Relive story. And that's when you share the Relive story. You share your why, your belief, your heart. Share the whole Relive opportunity, the business, the health benefits, the Cologris Foundation, all of it. Because some things that'll catch the attention of one person might not catch the attention of another. So make sure to share the whole story. And then after you've done that, you want to ask for a decision. Back on sharing the story,
make sure to use stories of other people, because it's a really strange thing, you guys. People will listen to what you're saying, but they will believe someone else. Don't know why that works, but it just does. And it helps people to understand that this is actually working for different things. It helps them to know that it's working for maybe what they're dealing with or whatever, but use stories from other Relive distributors. But then ask for a decision. Ask how they want to get started or what they like best about this. If they want to share this with friends or family, or if they just want to try it for themselves. You can ask them if they want to become a customer or a distributor or a master affiliate. Make sure to tell them what the specials are going on right now. I mean, we have some incredible deals going on right now, you guys. Use those to help these people make a decision, one, help them to save money for two, and help it to build your business. Then register and go. You want to follow up with the customers. You want to keep it simple, like what Ryan was saying. You want to work with those people. We're not here to just sell product. We're here to help those people and help them to get the results, to walk that path right along with them. If they decide they want to share this, then set them up to succeed and help them to learn the business and to identify in their list, and help them connect to people and do those appointments and walk alongside those people and help them to get to where they want to be. Of course, we've got conference coming up in July. We're all keeping our fingers crossed that we're going to be able to have that. And I'm excited for going back to St. Louis this year. So everybody get your airfare, your hotel, your conference tickets, and plan on being in St. Louis in July. You want to engage your team. You want to develop that library of stories. You want to build those relationships within your team, but also outside your team. You want to meet new people and share stories back and forth and help them with calls and have them help you with calls. What a great community of people we have in Relive, where we're not just helping those that benefit us financially, but we help people all over the country and in different organizations. Set goals for what you want to do. If you're a 20%, 25% distributor, set goals to become, a higher profit level distributor or even a master affiliate. And then look towards becoming a key director. How many months will it take? What will it take to do that? Plan that out. And, nothing ever works out exactly like you plan it, but just keep going. At least you've got a plan. You're working towards a goal. There are some important calls this week that you may want to make note of. Of course, there's the Monday Commit to Success training call. The number's there on the screen. On Wednesday, we're doing an opportunity presentation at 7:30 Central Time, 6:30 Mountain Time, 5:30 on the California coast over there in Pacific. Thursday, there's this short and sweet call. That's an amazing call. I think it was like 10 or 12 minutes this last week and just had super powerful stories, you guys. Make sure to be putting people on that with you, not just alone. Make this a business building opportunity, not just jumping on a call, but make sure you have somebody with you on that call. And then, of course, Saturday training like what we're doing here. So be familiar with the current promotions. They're here to help you grow your business. I can maybe go over a few of these real quick. There's a top 3 bonus, 3,000, 2,000, and 1,000. If the PG/PV goes above 15,000, one, you're going to earn a Sales Excellent Award, and two, the bonus is going to increase by $1,000. So that 3,000 will become 4,000, the 2,000 will be 3,000, and the 1,000 will become
$2,000. And there's a deal right now till the end of the month for preferred customers that they can join for free through April 30th, and they're waiving the $10 fee. So you can get that free shipping offer. I think it's on orders over $100, but you can save 10 to 20% instantly. And there's the promotion 1, 2, 3. You've got the quick start part of that, the promotion 1. If you sign up 3 quick starts or 25% distributors, then the company not only pays you the wholesale on those quick starts, but it also gives you a $250 bonus for that group of 3. And you can do that as many times as you want. Promotion number 2 is the Master Affiliate bonus. You earn $250 in wholesale earnings when you sponsor a Master Affiliate, but the company also right now has a $250 bonus. So you get $500 when you sponsor a Master Affiliate. And then the promotion number 3, the preferred customers, I think we just kind of covered that. Pretty neat promotions, and it's so great to be able to show these to people. It helps them to make a decision and to move forward. And what that also does is it helps your points towards Hawaii. So if anybody's working towards that trip, we're going to talk about that a little more here in a minute, but there's still plenty of time to get on that trip to Hawaii. So why do a quick start? Okay, first you save 25%. That's $125. There's no shipping on that first order, so you save an extra 5% there. You have the discounted distributor fee right now, which is $20 instead of $40. So a new quick start saves more than $170 when they get $500 worth of retail product. It only costs them $375, but then they save all of these other things too. So that's a super, super good deal. Master Affiliate, also a great deal going on right now. You get the most earnings and profit on your product there. You have the 35 to 40% savings for the rest of your life. You get $5,000 worth of product for only $3,250. That's a savings of $1,750. If you were to retail that whole thing, you would have a 54% return on investment. I think the banks right now are paying maybe 1, maybe 2% return on investment. And remember, you guys, that's if you sold that order over a full year. Most distributors that go Master Affiliate turn that order over in 2 months. So, I mean, you could do that over and over again, and that return on investment could be even more huge than it is. So you've got your tax write-offs for home-based businesses. You've got free shipping on that Master Affiliate order. And remember, they have that 1 year, 100% guarantee on unopened product. If they decide that they don't want to do this, it's a no-brainer, you guys. They can get the product for the best price. They can use the product for the best price, and they make the most money if they're sharing the product. So there's that trip to Hawaii. Some of these slides I don't think are in Hawaii, but I'm not going to say anything about that. So the way to do that is there's different things that you can get to gain points. Your auto ship customers, you get 2 points. Quick starts, you get 2 points. If you break a pushed Master Affiliate, that's 4 points. If you break a Master Affiliate, it's 8 points. And if you're not a Master Affiliate right now and you become a Master Affiliate, that's 10 points towards Hawaii. If you advance on the road to presidential, key director, senior director, master director, that's 15 points. If you help one of your frontline or your first level qualify for the trip, that's another 15 points. And if you advance in the ambassador program, that's 25 points. So it's 70 points to qualify for 4 nights on the trip, 80 points to qualify for 5 nights. 90 points, you get 5 nights and $1,000 in spending money. And if you get to 100 points, then you earn an additional 1,000. So that's 2,000 in spending money. So this is such an exciting promotion. It ends at the end of July. We still have over 3 months. You've got 5 days left on this month. A lot of business is done in the last 5 days, you guys. So don't give up, don't quit. Get out there and share this. And then you've still got 3 more months. There are people that are qualifying for this trip in just 1 month. Again, we've got conference coming up. Let's see what else I've got here. And the last thing that we need to do, you guys, is after you've talked to, you know, a person or 3 people that day, duplicate that. Go and do that again and keep talking to people, keep identifying new people. Have that list always be growing, and just keep talking to people about what a blessing Relive is in our lives. You guys, it has been so fun to be on this webinar and to share with you. I am so excited about what's going on in Relive. My family has had amazing results with these products. I no longer have problems with lower back problems. I've lowered my cholesterol by 80 points. I've lost 45 pounds on Relive this past year. My daughter has an autoimmune disease that has no treatment and no cure, and she no longer has any problems with that disease. So many things that are going on with our family, and I know with everybody else's. Share this opportunity with people. Reach out to those around you, and people are looking for what we have right now, you guys. We had one of the best months ever in Relive last month when other businesses were struggling. So reach out, share with people, and hope everybody has a great Relive week, and we'll stop the recording.